coming up in this read, and you've fully understood the benefits of genuinely going within and asking yourself those really difficult questions. Pisces, let's get into your April reading. Any information that you need, that can be found in my description box and in my pinned comment below. If you're cross-watching for a Pisces, then please switch over the roles because I could be speaking directly to you. And please do keep in mind that this is a general reading, so it's not going to resonate for absolutely everybody. You just take what resonates for you and you leave what doesn't for another Pisces or cross-watcher, okay? Please also do respect the tarot and approach it with patience, an open mind, and without expectations. It does take time for the messages to come out, okay? And finally, if you don't want to miss a video, then subscribe and stay notified. Okay, so Pisces, the strongest energy around you for the month of April, full moon completion. Wow. So with this one, it's very self-explanatory, basically. Something has been complete. Something that quite possibly you felt this dark cloud hanging above your head. Whatever the cause of that was, it's now clearing away. Something has been complete. And it does feel like you can breathe a sigh of relief as well. For some of you, this could be more about like past energy. So like family cycles coming to its full completion. You breaking certain toxic cycles that were going on within your family for some of you. Anything to do with that. I'm getting the word family from that tree. Okay, whenever I see a tree, it tells me straight away of family and roots and stability. And you can see that the lower branches of the tree, like this one here, is hanging off. So something about the way that like your ancestors did things wasn't necessarily the correct way of doing things. Some of them, they could have been struggling with addictions, for example, and then passing that on down the line to the next generations. It's gotten to you, and it's like the buck has stopped with you. In fact, on this side of the tree, we're seeing some branches totally missing as well. So things that were destructive, that ran through your family, it got to you, and you showed this destructive thing, this destructive trait, the way out the door, basically. It's like, no, that's not going to happen here. It's really powerful, and it's definitely setting the tone for the future generations. So you're on this path of basically ensuring that those who come after you are going to have a much happier time of it, much happier experiences. It's amazing, really, really amazing. Right, so I'm going to start peeling your tarot, and of course I don't know if we're going to see a continuing theme or if your tarot's going to reveal something completely unrelated. We just don't know yet, okay? And keep an open mind as well with the zodiac information. They could be placements in someone's chart, like your chart, someone else that you're dealing with, but they could also be character traits of someone as well, okay? So the zodiac information is not going to be necessarily beneficial for all of you, okay? So with that being said, your first card out is the King of Cups. That's Scorpion energy. So emotional maturity, emotional growth as well, with that being a king. Someone who has got a very good understanding of keeping their emotions under control, and I want to say someone who doesn't necessarily act on their emotions, but rather sits with them, processes them, makes sense of them. You know, that is the epitome of emotional maturity. It's then come out with the Seven of Cups. It's more Scorpion energy. So some of you could have, but not necessarily, heavy Scorpion placements in your own chart. Okay, you have the Nine of Swords. That's Gemini energy. The Ten of Swords. That's more Gemini. The Emperor. That's Aries or Divine. That's Aries or Divine Masculine. Else for Pisces, please. Oh, okay. The Ten of Cups is Pisces. The Sun, Leo. Can I have another 2 for Pisces, please? Okay. Another King, the King of Wands. It's Leo. And the Knight of Wands, Sagittarius. The energy at the bottom of the deck is the Four of Wands. That's Aries energy. And hiding underneath that one, the Two of Cups, Cancerian, and Justice, Libra. Okay, this message is all about relationships, unhealthy ones and healthy ones, and learning the difference between the two. Some of yous now, that this type of theme has come out already for, I think it was Sagittarius and Scorpio's reading. So again, like if you have Sagittarius or Scorpio placements in your chart, those videos might be beneficial for you, because straight away the vibe is very, very similar. Really similar. Like I'm not seeing much of finances and career, anything like that. Okay, I'm seeing that what's dominating your energy for the month of April is how you relate to others. Little asterisks here, not necessarily romantic. Okay, learning what a healthy relationship looks like and what an unhealthy relationship looks like. And it's that clear distinction between the two that has helped you to end these old cycles of certain toxic things running through your family tree. All right. You're not avoiding anything. I don't see avoidance. So I don't feel that that the toxicity was necessarily coming from you. I feel that it was more aimed possibly towards you. I could be speaking to someone who was the family scapegoat, for example, the one who had to shoulder literally everything for everyone else because they couldn't handle their own shit. Some of them, that shit was projected onto you and you were just expected to carry it as if it belonged to you. I'm seeing that for a lot of you, that particular cycle is what's coming to an end, because that is super, super toxic. It's life destroying. And again, it's like you refuse to continue that down the line. You absolutely point blank refuse. So what we do see karma at play, and I don't use that word lightly. It's very, very rare that you will hear me say the word karma. Super rare. It's for a really simplified explanation of how I view karma. It's literally when someone else tries to force things out of alignment to suit their own narrative, that they try and force others to do things against their own free will. That's shifting the universal energies out of balance, right? So what happens, because obviously the universe is way bigger, very, very powerful. Eventually, the universe is going to pull everything back into alignment forcefully. And we feel the effects of that as karma, right? We see karma playing out in your read Pisces. And you're on the beneficial receiving end of said karma. Okay, 4 of Wands, 2 of Cups and Justice. It really does feel that way. Again, cross watchers, I could be speaking directly to you. All right, you have to keep an open mind. The only thing I can do is read what's going on as best I can. It's not my job to hold your hand and say, this is definitely you, blah, blah, blah. Okay, I'm just reading the energies. Someone is receiving everything that they ever wished for by means of a happy, stable, secure home environment. Could indicate a romantic situation, absolutely, but not necessarily, okay? So for anyone who is drawn to watching tarot because they're looking for direction on how to achieve that beautiful romantic relationship with another, or that beautiful business partnership with another, you're going to be receiving exactly that, because that's where your intent has been focused. Okay, remember, where your energy, where your focus goes, your energy flows, right? You've been so focused, and some of you were even kept awake at nights, worried about how you're going to stop this vicious cycle that has been running through your family tree. Some of you are literally, I want to say shit scared to have kids, out of fear of handing down those toxic traits onto the next generation. Like some of you were genuinely really afraid of being parents because you didn't want to pass that on down the line. We're seeing cycles being broken all over the show, Pisces. All over the show, and it's because of your strength and your determination, and the fact that you've really gotten this healthy emotional ability to recognize where the toxic traits are, where they came from, and how to stop them. Look at this: the King of Cups, the Ten of Swords, and the Sun. The Ten of Swords is a necessary ending, something that was inevitable, and then the Sun, a card of victory, success, a reason to celebrate. Like, your life in itself is a reason to celebrate because of all of that sheer hard work that you have done to ensure that those cycles do come to an end. It's not going to be passed down the line. For some of you, you're double down making sure that that's not going to happen. The Emperor is the card that's central to this read. So for some of you, this could insinuate possibly a father figure was at the crux of most of the problems that happened within a family unit. An unhealthy father figure, probably someone who drank too much, who was a womanizer, 7 of Cups, Emperor, King of Wands, someone who was married yet acted like they were single, someone who basically, I think I've already said womanizer, wasn't a good example on what healthy relationships look like. And we're seeing it again here, like King of Cups, the Emperor, and the Knight of Wands. Someone who refused to grow up. So, some of you, this was a father figure who had like Peter Pan syndrome. They refused to grow up. They refused to be emotionally there for those who needed this father figure the most. That their spouse, their children. And that really wasn't setting a very good example. And for a lot of you, that affected it, like it affected your emotional growth. Some of you could have been struggling with being emotionally stunted at like a very young age because of this individual. This individual was the cause of much heartache. Ten of Swords, the Emperor, Ten of Cups. Like they had everything and they appreciated nothing. Categorically, Ten of Swords, the Emperor, Ten of Cups. They had it all. And they literally threw it all away. They couldn't have given less of a shit if they tried. Like literally. This is now complete. It's complete. It's done. It's finished. For some of you, it's indicating that as a teenager, the Sun, the King of Wands and the Knight of Wands, you might have gone off the rails a wee bit. You might have tried to hide away from these emotions and this confusion and these insecurities. You might have tried to have camouflage it through maybe alcohol, a wee bit of, dipping in and out of drugs, that sort of thing. Just basically try not to face the things that hurt you the most. But ultimately, that didn't work. And in a lot of ways, it made things worse. It exacerbated those feelings rather than concealed them. So again, that's another cycle complete. Because you're breaking through that glass ceiling now, that glass ceiling of emotions, and you've fully understood the benefits of genuinely going within and asking yourself those really difficult questions, but more importantly, answering them as honestly as you can. The fears surrounding you being in a healthy relationship and the fears surrounding you having your own children, or what effect that you've had on your current children, that sort of thing, we're seeing any fears, you're gonna keep them in mind, but you're not going to be focused on them as much as you have been. So it's like awareness, but not focused on it to the point where it's dictating your every decision. It's a really strange read. Tell me more about that Emperor. Thank you. The Fool. Yeah. A grown individual who had a lot of authority basically was acting like a fool, acting like an idiot. Just not doing what they were supposed to be doing. A very selfish individual. And there's, for a lot of you, there's a fear of you becoming that individual. You won't. You will not become that individual. The simple reason being because you've recognized that behavior is incredibly unhealthy. You might not have seen it in the past when you were younger, but you're seeing it now. You're definitely seeing it now. And it's like your entire opinion of them has completely turned on its head. It's like you're seeing that individual for exactly who they were rather than who you wished that they could be. Tell me about that Sun, please. Thank you. The Moon and the Four of Cups for the Sun. For the Sun. Okay, so listen up. If anybody is still trying to get the approval of this individual, you'll never get it. So the best thing that you can do for yourself, Pisces, is to focus on your own life, focus on what you're doing, and stop trying to get the approval of that individual. You'll never get it. The Moon and the Four of Cups tells you that. They're not the type of individual that give their approval to anybody that isn't doing something for them. And that's not the type of person whose approval you're wanting anyway. It says way more about them than it does you, Pisces. Strange one. Yeah, you've got the eight of Wands at the bottom of the deck. And the Four of Swords, Five of Cups, the Emperor again, and the Five of Coins. Yeah, so this individual, I think this is coming out in your read because they're about to start playing games. They're about to start playing games. They're about to reach out to you and ask you for your help with something. And on the surface, it's like they make it sound like you will finally gain their approval if you help them out with this thing. But ultimately, it's just going to perpetuate that cycle of toxicity, basically. Emperor, the Five of Coins, the Queen of Cups. Yeah, that's like a supply, some kind of supply. So you're being asked to reevaluate this communication. Some of you miss this individual, like you miss them with all of your heart. You miss who you thought they were, not who they actually are. That's the problem. You miss the illusion. And you miss the things that they promised. That's why you're being told to reconsider this contact, this communication, reconsider it, and think about the potential consequences should you allow yourself to be under this one's influence. Once again, for some of you, this could be about an ex. Five of Cups, the Emperor, and the Five of Coins. That's someone who's got like a victim mentality. That's where they feel entitled to treat everyone else the way that they have been, because they're stuck in this victim mentality. Oh, well, I went through this, that, and the next. Oh, well, I had to put up with blah, 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 blah. That doesn't give anybody a free pass to mistreat others. It never has, and it never will. No matter how many times they try to justify it to themselves, it will never, ever, ever give them permission to do that to another individual. Ever. They're stuck. Well and truly stuck. Five of Cups, the Emperor, and the Five of Coins. And then you've got the Queen of Cups and the Queen of Coins. I feel that this one is about to try the tactic of divide and conquer. They're going to try and start something between a couple of different individuals. If this is about an ex, this could be someone who enjoys seeing people fight over them, because that's what they feel gives them their power. It's gross. It's not a pleasant energy. It really, really isn't. But it also doesn't need to be your problem as well, Pisces. And isn't that the point? Have a healing message, please, for Pisces. Thank you. Okay. Hope and happiness and catch your breath. Right, so I'm not going to have time to read these both out. So what we'll do, we're going to take this one intuitively and then this one for the full healing message. Okay, so catch your breath. That's basically like the Four of Swords. So reevaluate, reconsider, right? When this one reaches out to you and asks you for a favor, is it really going to be in your best interest to help them? Don't react quickly, okay? You don't even need to reply immediately. Sit with it for a wee bit, have a think about it, have a chance to catch your breath. Some of you are going to be really, really shocked that this individual even considered that it was going to be a good idea to attempt coming back to you. For some of yous, there was a cycle where a father figure did this exact behavior throughout your childhood. And then as an adult, you found yourself being attracted to individuals who were basically exactly like that father type figure. And thus, certain cycles continued to play out. Remember, you don't have to drink poison just because you're thirsty. So don't allow the fact that you miss who you thought this individual was to get back in touch with them. Okay? You do need to stay strong. Right, so you've got number 15 and 48. So these could be someone's ages, or they could just be significant in other ways. Right. You have reached a time filled with healing energy, new progress and satisfaction. You're at a point of festivity. The energy in this phase is supportive and promotes a feel of winning. Let worries or challenges from the past fade away as you focus on the joy that is surrounding you. Feel encouraged and excited about the potential of all of the wonderful promises that are being kept. Celebrate and enjoy your life. Yeah, so focus on the positive influences in your life, Pisces. Absolutely. And you need to ask yourself another question as well. The fact that you're happy now, could this be the reason why the past is suddenly rearing its ugly head once again? Is it because they're trying to sabotage the happiness that you currently have? It's yeah, that's for you to answer. Else for Pisces, please. I am doing so well on my life journey. I am proud of myself. Yep. And every dark night must turn into a bright new morning. Yeah. So these feelings of missing that individual, it will pass almost as quickly as how it came in. Remember, you miss the illusion of who you thought they were. You don't actually miss them. If you were being brutally honest with yourself. What else, please, for Pisces? Okay, the Panda of Perspective. We can only see what we know, and seeing we only know about 5% of matter of the universe, we know fuck all. So just remember that the next time when you have an opinion or somebody judges you. Peace out. Yeah. This can indicate potentially someone using emotional blackmail. Oh, well, you have to talk to them because that's your dad for some of you, or oh, you have to talk to them because that's like the father of your children for some of you, or you have to talk to them because blah 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 blah. It's like no. Pisces, you do not have to talk to anybody that you feel is an unhealthy influence. You really don't. You need to keep things in perspective. And don't be afraid to slow down. Rest is absolutely necessary. Grinding yourself to the ground is absolutely not. It's okay to move slowly at your own pace. Looking cute and docile, maybe hanging from a tree. Be more sloth. So yeah, again, don't jump into responding immediately to this individual. Give yourself time to think about it before you respond, if you decide that you're going to respond at all. Because for the most part, I'm seeing for most of you, like, you're super happy at the moment. This is like hiding in the shadows of your subconscious. But what if this? What if they come back? What would I do? Blah, 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 blah. And then all of a sudden you're faced with the reality of this what if in its physical manifestation. So now, the way that you react to it is going to finally put everything into perspective for you about how far you have actually come. How much progress you have actually made, and how much happier and more stable your life is without this individual being an influence in it. So I'm going to leave that one there because I have run out of time. If you would like to book a private reading that is more catered towards your specific needs, then the link to do so can be found in my pinned comment and in my description box below. Or if you don't like clicking on links, then you could just visit phoenixkeiatarot.com. Thank you so much to everybody who has liked, shared, subscribed and supported my channel. It really does help me to get the messages out. Thank you so much for watching, and we shall speak again soon. Bye.